Imagine this. You've bought an off-the-plan apartment. You've paid your deposit. You've been waiting 2 or 3 years for settlement. And then one morning you open the news and see that the developer is in financial trouble, administration, receivership, funding problems. Suddenly, everyone around you starts saying, your money is gone. The project is dead. You're in trouble. But before you panic, there are a few things you need to understand. Because a developer getting into financial trouble does not automatically mean your property disappears, and it does not automatically mean your deposit is gone. My name is Peter. I run a real estate business here in Sydney. I'm a property investor, and over the years, I've worked with developers, lenders, agents, buyers, and projects, going through all kinds of situations, including distressed projects. And one thing I've learned is that when something goes wrong, the worst thing you can do is react emotionally, before you understand the structure behind the deal. So, if you have bought off the plan and the developer suddenly gets into trouble, the first question is very simple. Where is your money? In Australia, your deposit and any staged payments should be held through the appropriate trust or regulated account arrangements until settlement, depending on the structure of the transaction. This is one of the reasons I always tell buyers not to get too excited by a discount. If the payment structure itself starts becoming unusual, saving $20,000 or $30,000 means very little if you are taking a much bigger risk with the way your money is being handled. Sometimes the most expensive deal is the one that looked cheap at the beginning. The second thing you need to do is speak immediately with your solicitor, conveyancer, and agent and find out what has actually happened. Because the developer is in trouble can mean many different things. Has the company entered administration? Has a receiver been appointed? Is the project under the control of a lender? Or is it simply a temporary funding issue that may still be resolved? These are completely different situations, and you should never make a major decision based on rumours in a WhatsApp group, or something somebody's uncle heard from somebody at dinner. You need facts. Then you need to understand something many buyers don't realise. The developer is only one part of the project. Behind many developments, there is a lender, there is security over the land, there are contractors, consultants, a builder, purchasers under contract, and potentially millions or hundreds of millions of dollars already committed. If a project simply stops and never completes, the lender can also have a very serious problem, because a half-finished building is usually not where they want their money sitting. So when receivers or lenders become involved, their objective is often not simply to shut everything down. They may look at whether the project can be stabilised, whether another party can step in, whether construction can continue, whether the development can ultimately be completed, and whether existing buyers can still settle. This is why I always say, don't just ask, is the developer okay? Ask, who is the lender? Has a receiver been appointed? What is the current status of the project? What is the commercial pathway from here? Because sometimes the original developer may lose control of the project, but the project itself can still continue. Another very important point is to separate the developer from the builder. A lot of buyers think they are the same thing, but they are not necessarily the same entity at all. The developer may own or control the project, while the builder is the company physically constructing it. So if the developer has financial problems, that does not automatically mean the builder has collapsed as well. If the builder remains operational, existing statutory warranty obligations may still continue, depending on the circumstances. And in New South Wales, some apartment developments may also sit within additional consumer protection frameworks, including the Strata Building Bond regime, which is designed to help fund eligible defect rectification. None of this means there is zero risk. Of course there is risk. If a developer gets into serious financial trouble, timelines can blow out, contracts can become complicated, construction can slow down, and the eventual outcome may depend on lenders, receivers, builders, lawyers, and the specific terms of your contract. But that is very different from automatically assuming the developer failed, therefore my property and my money are gone. Real estate is rarely that simple. What you really need to understand are 5 things. Number 1, where exactly is your deposit and any other money being held? Number 2, who is the lender behind the project? Number 3, has a receiver, administrator, or another controller been appointed? And number 4, is the builder still operating? And number 5, is there still a realistic pathway for the project to be completed and settled? Once you understand those 5 things, you are no longer reacting to fear. You are looking at the structure of the situation. And this is also where the people around you matter. Buying property is not only about choosing the right floor plan, the best view, or negotiating another $10,000 off the price. Sometimes the real value of having an experienced solicitor, conveyancer, and agent appears when something does not go according to plan. An agent who genuinely understands developers, lenders, receivers, distressed projects, and project structures can help you ask the right questions and connect the dots much faster than someone who only knows how to open the display suite on Saturday morning. For me, that is one of the biggest lessons in property and in business generally. Things will go wrong. Developers can have problems. Markets can change. Buyers can change their minds. Banks can tighten lending. Deals can fall apart. You cannot control every problem, but you can control how prepared you are and who you have around you when the problem arrives. So if your off-the-plan developer suddenly gets into trouble, don't panic first. Understand first. Find out where your money is. Speak with your lawyer or conveyancer. Understand who controls the project now. Find out whether the builder is still operating. Understand the lender's position and work out whether the project still has a pathway to completion. Because buying property is not only about finding the right home, it is also about having the right people around you when things do not go according to plan. And if you're buying off the plan, that might be one of the most important things you ever learn.